Hello, Flosstube. This is Veronica with Night Stitch, and I have a stitchy update. Today is Thursday, January 23rd, 2025, and I'm back, and my hair is a different color, yet still sticking out of my head in very odd directions. Glad to see things haven't changed. I'm going to show you my whips that I worked on. First thing I have is the temperature chart that I have, the skyline temperature. And I've been checking off the days that I have put the stitches in. So I'm down to January 20th is the last one that I finished. And I've been doing the wind chill in Iowa. And I had to add so many colors. I had to add these 4 and then 1 on the back of this piece of paper because it got down to negative 26 one day for the wind chill. And I didn't have, like, the chart that was supplied ended at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Or ended at 1 degree Fahrenheit, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So I had to add even more from last time of freeze your ass off temperature. So I just added more of the like really bright blues because blue is my favorite color. So this temperature chart has approximately 42,025 stitches in it total. I'm doing it on Molten Magic by Fiberlicious. It's a 32 count Lugana. And I should put chapstick on so I'm not like licking my lips all the time. I feel weird when other people lick their lips on their videos, and it's not bad. I just feel like then it makes me self-conscious if I'm doing that, and I don't know. Like, if you lick your lips on your Flosstube, I'm not saying that I think it's weird. I'm just saying it makes me self-conscious that I do that because when I do it, I feel weird. Not that you're weird. It's fine. It just cross stitch. So I have this so far, and I forgot to add the snow for, I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, because it snowed on Wednesday because I had to go and shovel the driveway. But I have been adding snowflakes. There's some there, and then there's some on this tree. And I need to add snow somewhere over here for whatever Wednesday was, so I have to do that. And then I have to continue putting in the 21st, the 22nd, and now the 23rd because today is the 23rd. So this has 1,272 stitches in it right now. As of last week, I had 899 stitches in it. So from last week, I put in 373 more stitches. And I have approximately 40,753 stitches left. And then it's 3.03% done right now. And I don't count the snow because the snow is not charted, so it's not part of the total stitch count. But I think it's really cute. I really like the little skyline style. Oh, my goal for that is just to keep up doing one building every day. Oh, and that chart is 205 stitches high by 205 stitches wide when it's done. This next one is CSI by Clouds Factory, and I am doing it on Waiting for You by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. And this chart is 7,125 stitches approximately. It's 75 high by 95 wide, and it's upside down. I started this in 2018 for Stitch Mania, and the last time I worked on it was September 9th, 2024, saying and in German apparently. Und this fabric is very colorful. That was a really bad German accent. I can do much better, but I didn't try so hard. Let's see. I worked on this for 2 days this time, and if I don't put my elbows on the table, I can actually hold this up higher. My goal was to finish another character, and I added Greg, who's the little guy down at the bottom on the second row. And I put in 316 stitches, and this is at 22.46% now. Total stitches in it are 1,600, and there's 5,525 stitches left. This is all approximate because my calculations were if it was a full coverage, so it's not a full coverage, so the stitch count will change later, but that is okay. And I did everybody's face 1/1. So the face is 28 count, and the rest of them, like their hair and their eyes and their clothing, are 2/2. So, and I changed their eye colors to the eye colors of the actor who plays the character. So those are all the changes I did. Oh, and then for their name, I wrote their name in the color of their eyes, because it was all charted to be black. But I thought, nah, I'll make it more exciting. So I finished my goal for that one. Let's see. Okay, I have things in different places because I realized that my plastic tub here is molded a lot, and so things like this don't fit inside it. And I did not mean to flash the pattern at you. I'm sorry. This is Sea Flame by Fiberlicious. It's 36 count Edinburgh. And this is Rosie the Riveter by Mystic Stitch. I'm doing it on it's gonna be 18 count because it's got 14, 18, and 22. I'm doing the 18 because I'm doing 36 count, but I'm doing it 2/2. And so I had her fist kind of outlined, and this time I added more of the shading on it, and then the stuff on the stuff coming in over here. This yellow is like my guide thread, so that I can make sure I'm stitching in the right spot whenever there's like a gap in between, because the background was charted to be yellow, which I'm not stitching, but I'm doing half crosses up so that I can make sure I start like some of these colors in the right spot. So I just started working on her headband a little bit over here. I just took a color and then I worked it until there weren't any more of that symbol, and then I ended it, and then I kept filling in the next color over. So I think it looks cool. Okay. Okay, Rosie the Riveter. So this is approximately 53,200 stitches because it is charted as a full coverage, but I'm not doing it that way, so it's approximate. I worked on it for 5 more days since last time I showed you, and I put in 570 more stitches since the last time I showed you. And last time my goal was to put 500 stitches in it, and I met that goal. So I added another goal to put 1,000 stitches in it, and I ended up adding I added, how does that work? The total stitches in January right now are 741 stitches that I put in. So since last goal since I met the 500 stitches for the first goal, I have 259 stitches left to make it meet 1,000 stitches from the last time that I showed you. So if that didn't make any sense, it's okay. It's just what I'm calculating in my head and on my computer. So yeah, it's fine. It's okay. The total stitches I have in it so far are 1,248. So it has 51,952 stitches left, and it's 2.35% complete. So on my computer, I have a line where I highlighted the day that I worked on it, the last time that I showed you in the Flosstube video. So, and then when I meet a goal, I just add on to it, and so sometimes the numbers get a little confusing, but that's fine. Like I said, I'll get better at sharing statistics because it takes some practice. So that goal is met, and then I set another goal, so that one is not met, and I have 259 stitches left to complete goal 2. This next one is my second whip go call, so I will not be a failure in January, as I was not afraid, but kind of like if I don't get started on it, then there's a chance time will fly by and I will just fail. So, but I'm not going to because I worked on it. So this is His Cross by Jan Lynn. It's a kit. But you guys know me, I don't work on the kit fabric, so I did this on Naiad by Under the Sea Fabrics. It's 32 count Lugana. And my goal for this was to add 0.01% to the project. I calculated it and it ended up being 200 stitches for this project. This is a paper pattern, so this is approximate. I had to count and stuff to figure out. So it's 15,360 stitches total. It's 128 high by 120 wide. And I started it on September 24th, 2024. And the last time I worked on it before now was September 28th, 2024. So when I added the WIPGO goal, I went up to the top of the cross and added this tiny little set of 4 quarter stitches with back stitch around it. It's so cute. And then I started this border. So, and I left hanging threads because I put in, did I finish off a thread? I don't know. I put in 209 stitches, so it is now at 10.01% complete. Oh, and I left this thread. I realize now why. It's blended. And it comes on the floss card blended, so it like came with 2 different colors in the one symbol. So that was kind of nice. So I technically could put it back on the floss card, but I didn't really want to do that, so I just left it up here. It's not parked, it's just up here out of my way so that when I need it again, I can do the appropriate things to clip it and put it where it needs to go. But this one here, I got to 209 and wanted to stop, so I just left that in there. Because that's part of the next page. Whoops. So it's the border line underneath, and so I didn't want to clip it off because the next page continues and it has the border line. So I guess it's not really the next page because it's a 1-page pattern, but my working copy ended right there, so that's why it felt like a page. But I have now finished WIPGO for January, so yay. Oh, this is a project bag by Yazzie. I got it from my LNS, but there's a website, yazzie.com, so you can probably find it on there too. WIPGO board. My Bristol paper fell out of my... Put that down there. Fell out of my like book thing, so it's just the sheet now, but I'm gonna do the marking off like I did last week. Pardon me while I grab a marker out of my drawer here. Okay, so hopefully the lid doesn't fall off this time like it did last time. All right, and so number 20 was right here. And done. Done with WIPGO for January. So now we wait. Now I can work on other stuff at the beginning of the day. How exciting. Okay, this is the last WIP that I worked on. Look at that needle minder, isn't that adorable? It's a DMC skein. I got it from Michael's a while ago. It's so cute. And then this one is one of my alcohol ones. It's the alcohol, it's cheaper than therapy. So this is my Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Arctic Animals Club Stitch Along. It's the official name for it. And I I'm working on the polar bear. And the polar bear is basically 95% white and like 5% very subtle like gray or something to like outline his paws and his legs and stuff like that. So I have been putting in one strand of white and then switching projects and then putting in another strand of white so that I don't go crazy with the one color. Okay, statistic time. Oh, can you see this? Fabric, Ashes to Ashes is the fabric, 32 count Lugana. Okay, so this is 166 high by 126 wide. It's 20,916 stitches approximately. I started it on May 9th, 2024. The last time I worked on it was December 22nd, 2024. And from last Flosstube, it had 11,020 stitches in it. And today, I worked on this for 2 more days since last Flosstube, and I put in 99 more stitches since last Flosstube. So now it has 11,119 stitches in it, and I have 9,797 stitches left, and it's at 53.16%. So this is again is approximate because when I calculated, it just calculated for full coverage, but my goal for this is to finish the polar bear before they release the next clue. So I have about maybe 3 weeks left to finish the polar bear. So that is where this is at. And I left it on the Q-snap because I'm just working on it a little bit at a time. All right. Now we're gonna look at my new starts. So last week I pulled some new starts and I started 2 of them this time. I started this Mill Hill kit, Bacon and Eggs. It's the Spring Bouquet collection, and I didn't realize there was a piece of toast in it up at the top. I just have it in this little bag here. But I was stitching and I stitched this little triangle. Can you see that? Is that distracting with the holes? Maybe don't put it in front of the project, Veronica, then people can see. I don't know, is it distracting with the holes? Because I've always seen people like put stuff behind it, but I'm like, is that actually, does it make it better? What do you guys think it does? Or do people just put stuff behind it but it doesn't help? Anyway, so I was stitching up here because I started in the middle and I went up to the top and then the top left here, and I was stitching and it was like turning into a triangle, and I was like, is that a piece of bread? Because I think I was thinking it's called Bacon and Eggs, so I thought it was literally just bacon and eggs, but it's Bacon and Eggs and Toast, which is a less appealing title, so that's probably why they just called it Bacon and Eggs. But I was like, oh, that's cool. Now I want toast because it's like the jam. Yeah, I like this. It's a perfect square. It is at the bottom of my screen, not the top. Scroll the right way, Veronica. Okay, 36 high by 36 wide. It's approximately 1,296 stitches. It's less because, again, I do the 36 times 36 and that gives me the number, but it's not full coverage, so my goal is to put 1,000 stitches in it just because why not. And I started this on January 22nd, so I started it yesterday and I got 206 stitches in. So it has as many stitches as the human skeleton has bones. It is now 15.90% done and it's got 1,090 stitches left in it. So, yes. I started that one. The second thing I started was Cozy Cafe by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I decided to put it on April Showers by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count opal Lugana. It's 130 high by 168 wide. It has approximately 21,840 stitches in it. My goal was to put 1,000 stitches in, and I started in the middle and I went up a little bit. I put 98 stitches in it, so it's 0.45% right now. I did the word sparkling and then I put in some of the ecru. That fabric is awesome. Yeah, so I have 21,742 stitches left and I started it on January 18th. I decided, so, okay, those are all the whips. So, well, the whips and the new starts. Everything I worked on, basically. So I decided, since I've been doing the last couple of floss tubes, probably the last 2 floss tubes since I started doing this new plans thing, I have kept out a project to work on again for the next week. Because the first time I think I did Egyptian Queen, and then the second time I did Rosie the Riveter. So I think this time I'm gonna keep Cozy Cafe out, because I feel kind of like I didn't get a whole lot done on it as much as I would have liked to. So I'm gonna keep Cozy Cafe out this week. And I want to keep bacon and eggs out too, because I just like the Mill Hill kits. They're cool. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep 1 or 2 projects out that I feel like I still want to work on for the next week and add those to my pile of things. So put that there for now. Let's see, what are we doing now? We are going to pull my whips for next week. So I have the whips in here. What did I get? Oh, Toothless and Light Fury. Okay. I'm going to put this down on the table because when I was editing, I felt like when I put the shaker down, I always had to like lower the volume because it was like making a big noise, even if I didn't like slam it down. So I thought if I put something on the table, maybe I won't have to edit that like so much, because I don't want it to like bang in people's ears and have it be like, oh god. Super Secret Boy Band. thumb is cracked. Needed to crack my thumb. What'd we get? What'd we get? We got oldies but goodies. I'm not counting, but I know that there's 3, so. I pulled 2. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Squeeze the day. All right, last one. Courage. Okay. I'm going to go get my projects, and so I can show you the starting point, and I will also sort or take the whips out of the shaker and put the new starts in the shaker so that I don't have to pause after I show you the whips. So I can just like shake the new starts after I show you the whips that I pulled. So I will be back. The shaker's right here. I'm going to show you my projects first, so move that. Okay. Toothless and Light Fury is a pattern by Cross Stitch Knita on Etsy. Doing it on color and cotton. 32 count Jobelin. It's called Moonstone. This is a gigantic fabric I won in a giveaway. So I thought it would be perfect for this, because I'm doing it 2/2. And I have 2 pages done so far. I feel like I have to hold this one up really high or I won't be able to show you everything on it. But then I can't see. There we go. I think it's really pretty. I like how the colors look on it. It kind of matches Light Fury really well. I think I pulled this once and didn't work on it. I noticed I was doing that same thing that I had the problem with, which made me do these plans in the first place, which was that I only worked on stuff that I felt like. So I would pull 5 projects, but then I would look at those 5 and then only work on the ones I felt like. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is actually do the decision wheel again. So I'll pull these 5 and I'll assign 1 through 5 to each of the numbers, and then I'll spin the decision wheel and then work on work on the one that the wheel pulled. Because the point was that I was supposed to work on like all of them. So the wheel will tell me which one I should work on for the day. And then I'll do that whenever I want to switch projects. Because my goal for this next week is to actually work on everything that I pulled. Not the new starts, but the whips. Okay. This one is in my project bag that I made, and it's a pattern that I designed. You've seen this because it was on the Whip Go board and I finished it. This is on Cafe Misto by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. And I think, yeah, I'll tell you the goal later. I was like, I think I want to put a goal on this of like 1,000 stitches, but I'll just tell you that when I actually do it. But this is what I have. You've seen it recently, but I think I said I did the CO and the U, but I forgot to say I did this little part here. This is part of the S in Scared. I just finished off the black thread. And it doesn't look like an S right now, but this was the very first pattern I designed, so my charting was a little... I'm better at it now. But I still thought it was worth like putting up for sale. Oh, my shop is called Patriotic Stitcher. I have it in my description box on YouTube, which is why I never said the name, because I figured if anybody wanted to look at it, they would just look in the description. But the shop is called Patriotic Stitcher on Etsy if you are interested in looking at what I have, but I don't know why I'm looking at the papers, because I have the project literally right here. So it's like I don't need to look at the paper. Silly. Silly, silly Veronica. Okay, this is Super Secret Boy Band by Circus Stitches on Etsy. It's done on chocolate by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. And I'm stitching this for my friend. I don't know if she knows that I am. I think she is. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's Iron Man's quote that says, "I don't want to join your super secret boy band." I really like the colors on this fabric. I was thinking of turning it into a pillow when I give it to her. And I started this thing like 4 centuries ago, so it's not that hard of a pattern. I need to just finish it. Silly me. But we know how I am. I'll start a project and then wait 4 years and then take it out, and then wait another 20 years and then take it out. This one is Squeeze the Day. This is by Everything Cross Stitch. And it is stitched on a dish towel. 14 count white Verona kitchen towel. And I have started the yellow and the white, but you can't see the white until I backstitch it. And the last whip that I pulled is Heaven and Earth Designs. It's designed by Mary Thompson, and it is called Oldies But Goodies. I have it in my 50s diner bag because this actually matches the project. So this is a 25 count navy Lugana from Zweigart that I got off 123 Stitch. And it's a fat half, so it's massive. And I started in the middle, and just this. I was just debating whether I should fold it again, but it didn't seem like that would be good, so I'm gonna do this. I started this one this year. Hey, it had a sale at the end of last year. No, actually I'm wrong. I started it on Christmas Eve. So Hade had a sale in December, 50% off their charts, and I went on their website after not going on there for like 10 years, and found out I had this pattern in my wish list, and I was like, holy crap, I really like this pattern, which is why it's been on my wish list. But then I didn't go on Hade's website for 5,000 years, so finally just got it, because I mean, it's right up my alley. It's Americana stuff, it's cars. I really, really like cars. So I bought it, and it is 501 stitches high by 625 stitches wide. My goal was to get it to 1%, and it's 313,125 stitches total. I started it on Christmas Eve of last year, so 2024, and I worked on it for 3 days in December, and then I pulled it out again on January 1st, 2025, and I worked on it for 1 day. So the total amount of stitches in here right now are 387, but I put in 106 stitches in January. So it is now up to 0.12%, and it's got 312,738 stitches left. So I'm pretty sure this is the grill of one of the cars. Last time I said it might have been the lady with the poodle skirt, but I think because a lot of it is kind of like straight across with the same color, it's probably more likely that it's the grill of the red car that's in the middle. So I'm going to try to keep getting this to 1%, because I have a goal for this one that I carried over. So like the last time I worked on it, I didn't finish the goal. So I'm calling that a carried over goal. So it'll still be the same goal until I get to it, and then I'll change it to something else. So I decided that's what I'm going to do with my project. So I need to put this back in here and then put it in my, and my zipper pull is a cow. Okay, those are the whips for this week, and my other goal, like my overall goal, it will be to work on all of them, to put some stitches in all of them, because that was the whole point of me doing these new plans. So I have put my starts in here, so we're going to shake for my new starts. Fourth of July truck. Lighthouse. Choco dipped strawberry. Halloween pumpkins. I almost dropped the lid. Knives Out banter. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 5. The shaker down there. I'm running out of space on my table for some reason. All right, I'm gonna go get the one physical project and then I'll be back. So this 4th of July truck is this. It's a dimensions kit that I stitched a while ago, and I finished it and I gave it away. And I stitched it just like this. But my cousin actually gave me a suggestion of changing it to a 4th of July truck. Or no, she had the suggestion that I add fireworks because I wanted to make it a 4th of July truck. So I was going to change the truck to blue and then change the wreath to red, white, and blue somehow. And then my cousin said I should add fireworks, which I thought was a great idea. So I'm going to change the colors on the pattern to do that. So that's what 4th of July truck means. So that's my only physical pattern. So the rest of these are digital. So Lighthouse is a pattern by Jan Lynn. I got it for free off her website, I think. Okay, Knives Out banter is a pattern I designed. It's from the movie Knives Out that came out in like 2019 or something. But like 2 of the characters were fighting with each other, and one of them called one an alt-right troll, and the other one called, and then the other character like did a comeback and called them a liberal snowflake. So I just put that on the pattern and I put a giant knife there, and then there's a border. So that is the pattern. So that's Knives Out banter. And Halloween Pumpkins is a free pattern by Peacock and Fig, I think. Yeah. So it just has like 3 pumpkins making faces like jack-o'-lanterns, and then there's like 2 gravestones. And one of the pumpkins is wearing a hat. And this Choco Dipped Strawberry is a pattern I got for free from Daily Cross Stitch, and I just thought it was cool, so yeah. It's just a chocolate strawberry. So, all right. So those are the new starts that I can choose from should I decide to start something new. Let's see. Oh, one other thing that I wanted to talk about was my advent calendar stuff. So I was trying to figure out how many I needed to do each month before the end of the year so that I can do the game in December. So I wrote down 7, 8, 9 because I have day 7 is the one that I need to start, and I wrote all the way to 24. So I have 18 of them that I still need to do, and I did 18 divided by 12 and it was 1.5. So and then I rounded up, so I need to do 2 per month to get it done. And I don't know why I did 12 because January is almost over and I am not going to be stitching it in December. But regardless of that, this is how it worked out. So if I do 2 in February and then 2 in March and then all throughout the rest of I'll be done in October. So it'll work out anyway to do 2 per month. Even though my math really like 18 divided by 12, because there was 12 months in a year, but I was really supposed to do 18 divided by 10 because 2 months are not the months I was going to stitch in, but apparently that didn't matter. So Yeah. So if I do, even if I start in February, I'll get done in October. And I did the thing where I said if I did 2 more in January, but that's not going to happen because I know myself that I would get done in September. But I was like, that October is plenty of time for me to be done with this. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do 2 per month. And Jen, hi Jen the Caffeinated Crafter, had left a comment, and it was a good suggestion because she said, I want to see if I can find her comment and just read it. That would be cool. Okay, so she said, so Jen the Caffeinated Crafter said, that Advent game sounds like a lot of fun. If you had time to post a Flossmas this year, you could totally do it with that game and maybe get some people to play along. So I liked that suggestion. I've never done Flossmas before. But last December, I posted a video every day for the last week of December, and I don't know what got into me, but so I'm like thinking, okay, well, it's not impossible for me to post a video every day if I really set my mind to it and actually did it. So I was like, okay, so that's doable. And then I was trying to think of how I could do it so that people could play along. And so I decided that I would post a short video of me opening the envelope the night before, and then I would show the prompt. And I say the night before so that I can schedule the video to post on that morning. So December 1st, if I wanted people to play along, I'd want them to get the information as early as possible. So I was going to open the envelope for December 1st for myself on January 31st, and I would tape it, and then I would show, I would schedule it to post on December 1st so you guys would see it on December 1st. And then it's basically just there's a prompt in the envelope. So if you wanted to play along, you could just go to my channel every day to see what the prompt is, and then you can pick whatever whip that you have or new start or however you want to do it, and work on it. So basically it's a short-term game. So the way I was going to do it was I was going to open an envelope every day and there's a different prompt on it. So then I would just work on whatever whip that I had for it. I don't have anything assigned. It's totally spontaneous for me. But if you guys wanted to plan stuff, you can. It's 24 prompts, so you'd need either 24 different projects or you need to make the 24 prompts fit your one project or however you want to do it. And I may do a instructional video saying how I'm going to play the game and put that as a Flosstube extra or something if anybody's interested, or if I can figure out how to describe what I'm doing. But I'll put it in a separate video so that people that want to play the game don't necessarily have to watch the entire Flosstube video if they don't want to figure out what's going on. So yeah, so I think that'll work if I open it the night before and then make the video and then schedule it to post on the day of. So December 1st, you can get the prompt and then you can plan accordingly for whatever that you're doing, however you're playing the game. So I'll get some more details kind of cemented down, and then I'll do that Flosstube extra video. I'll probably do it way before December just so that people can decide if they want to do it, and then they can plan ahead for whatever they want to do for it and give you the entire year to decide. So yeah, thanks Jen, the caffeinated crafter, for giving me that suggestion. Yeah, so that's all I have today, I think. I showed you my whips. We did my whip go. I told you about the Advent game. Oh, I was gonna do this, sort these things again, because I like to do it on the camera so I know like what, so I know what's like, keep my stuff organized. Okay, so this is stuff from last week, the stuff I pulled that I didn't work on. So I didn't work on Christmas social, so that can go back in the new start thing. I didn't start Doctor Who Exploding TARDIS. I did start Bacon and Eggs, so that one's staying out. I did start Cozy Cafe, that one's staying out. Because those are basically whips now. Okay, Rosie the Riveter I'm done with for now. That'll go back in the whip bucket thing. I didn't work on Gryffindor Crest or Mocha Inspired Pocahontas or Punch today. I did work on CSI, so that one is staying out so I don't pull it again. Stitcher's Saying I did not work on, that one's going back in. K is for Night is the other start that I didn't do, so that one's going to go back into the start bag. So they can be pulled again next week, because there will have been enough time that I'm not going to be sick of something because it's been pulled. Oh, that's the wrong bag. This is the start bag. Okay, so these are the 5 starts that I have available to choose from for this week. And then these are the whips that I have that I can work on. And these are the whips that I'm just not going to have in the bag, because I don't like working on things if I just worked on them already. So, all right, now I think I'm done. So I thank you guys for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.